representing Whitman College, head coach Michelle Ferenz, players Heather Johns, Sarah Andreg, and Megan White. And coach, if you would begin with a brief synopsis of tonight's game, please.
Wow. Well, I'm just going to say this. We pretty much got what we expected. A very tough veteran Whitewater team. Very physical. I thought the difference in the first half was rebounding, and that's something we really challenged the girls to take care of, and I thought they responded very well. But we also knew coming out of the locker room at halftime that Whitewater's a second half team, that they've put big numbers in our last 4 or 5 games, and so we talked about the fact that we've got to continue, we've got to pick it up offensively, and they did too. I thought they hit some huge shots, and for us the key was getting enough stops, handling the pressure, but then also continuing to score. So obviously the second half was a little more high scoring than the first half, but that was kind of our mindset, kind of locker room, was just we got to continue to rebound, and we didn't do such a great job to start the second half, as you all noticed probably, is let them get on the boards a little bit, which started the run for them. So, but one thing the kids did, they did respond to the run. We knew it was coming, and did a great job scoring, and did a great job hitting free throws when we needed to. So, that's a good team, very good team, and I think I think these girls are all feeling it a little bit, pretty physical and tough moments, some big shots made. So, I'm proud of them.
Coach, it almost feel like a true road game. They're only 150 miles down the road.
Yeah.
The fan support would be great. Did it
Yeah.
have that feel there for you guys?
It sure did. I mean, this is the first time we put our blues on in about 3 weeks, because we hosted our conference tournament, and then we hosted the first 2 rounds of the tournament. So the NCAA, so we busted out our blues for the first time, and it's kind of nice to see us in them. I'm glad that they still work really well. And yeah, it did. It was. I mean, I think we knew that. I think we knew that by playing, we were basically playing a team that was on our home turf. A team is obviously very comfortable coming to Stevens Point. And so we knew we had an uphill climb. And these guys responded very well from the get-go. So
we also had fans that traveled from Walla Walla, from California, from Idaho, from Hawaii. Helian Maeda's dad came, and she hasn't seen him for 7 months, and that really sparked her confidence off the bench. She had 10 points, and yeah, just the support for Whitman, we could see it and hear it all the game too. So it was really nice to have our fans.
I think we're about 100 strong, but they were 100 loud. They were loud, and and so to have 100 people follow us this far is huge. I mean, really appreciate it.
We had professors and past both basketball alum and just Whitman alum in general, and I think that was awesome to see that support for Whitman rally around us. It's really cool.
Yep, agreed.
Coach, you moved to the Final Four, and Whitewater made their run, but it seemed like you guys kept coming up with a shot you needed to kind of hold them at bay. Can you talk a little bit about the team's composure, especially down the stretch?
I think that is one thing that this team has had this year from the beginning, is they've handled the rankings, the pressure very well, taking it one step at a time. We always talk about a commitment to getting better. And we play as you guys all know, because you follow D3 hoops, our conference is very good. And so every night, if we're not ready to go, we're going to drop a game. And so, and they know that. It's not just me trying to get them to play harder. I mean, I have a ton of respect for the coaches in our conference. And so for us, composure's key. It's something that we have to have. And I think that's something that we really gained starting the end of last year, and then having all these kids, these young ladies come back. They knew what it took to get to this level. So yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a couple times I was getting a little worried, because and really honestly, it was more about D and rebounding. I mean, I thought we were doing a great job attacking and scoring. But yeah, the D and the rebounding for a stretch there wasn't so hot, and that got me a little worried. But then at timeouts, we talked about what we need to do, and they responded great. So they have a lot of confidence in each other, in what we do. So I think we had a pretty good game plan, and for the most part, they did a great job executing it. So.
Heather, obviously it's a team game, but to have a performance like you did tonight in an atmosphere like this, just kind of talk about that.
It's pretty cool. I had a rough start. I missed several of my first shots. I don't know how many, and really it was about.
Kidding.
I think it might have been more than that.
I was trying to be nice.
But you know, my teammates always do a great job of picking me up, and that's something that's really special about our team is if someone's having a rough start, they are right there patting me on the back saying, shake it off, keep shooting, they're gonna fall, and you know, for me they did, and that was awesome, and I was, you know, determined to win, so I kept going at it.
Yeah. And I thought too, we did get a nice lift off the bench. Haley Maeda, she was pretty clutch. How'd you like that leaning wahoozy that she did? She's trying to look for somebody to pass. Oh, heck, I'll shoot it. You know, everybody went nuts on that one, but I thought we had a nice, I mean, Haley has always been just so steady for us off the bench, and she really stepped up tonight, so praise to her too.
Sarah and Megan, can you talk a little bit about Heather and what it's like playing for her when she brings and helps maybe your games?
Definitely, I know when she's going to drive, there's a really good chance that she's going to score. And I'm always there to position myself. If the ball goes off the rebound, I'm always there for her. And I'm always there for her for the screens. And I ask her what screen angle she wants to better attack the basket or step back for the three, depending on how her.
She's a great screener.
Depending on how the defender is defending her. And I'm just glad I don't have to guard her and she's on my team. That's all I have to say. She's great. She's our MVP and obviously one of our top academic players on our team. And she really has class, and I'm really proud that she's on my team.
Sarah?
Heather's someone that's really special. She's not just good because she's good because she puts in so much time and so much hard work, and that's something that I really admire about you. I'm getting emotional. I'm so proud to be your teammate, and I can definitely see how far you've come this season, and this is really embarrassing. I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, it's great to have such an offensive-minded point guard. A lot of times point guards are looking to distribute, but Heather's someone that's always willing to attack, which, like Megan said, her shooting percentage is really, really high, but because if other teams scout her and she goes in and drives, yeah, she'll usually make it, but if 5 girls swarm her, it's really cool for us because we're wide open, just like, pass it to us, and then we get some wide open shots. So it definitely helps. It's a different type of team dynamic with her being so offensively minded, but it's really worked to our advantage, and we're really lucky that she transferred to women.
One thing that too, I think these guys took away from last year's experience was they grew up a lot and they realized what it took, and they worked really hard in the off season. They were very committed to individually and collectively getting better, and that's how they've approached the season, you know. And not to down, I mean, Sarah and Megan, all the kids that were returning, you know, they've always been, we make them work, but I mean, they really came in shape and they were ready to go. And you know, they put their best foot forward. Some things you can't control, like injuries and such, but you know, they took control of what they could, and so it's been a lot of fun because they've just been so focused from the start. And you know, a lot of coaches are, you know, that's what you want.
Ladies, can you talk a little bit about playing for a national title tomorrow? Is it expected?
Well, if there had to be my last game on the court, I can't think of any other way that to end my career and with my family, and just, oh my gosh, it's going to be so fun tomorrow, and I'm so excited and just so glad to have this opportunity. And go Whitman! Woo!
Sorry, I'm probably gonna get yours.
For our team, our goal at the beginning of the season, I mean, even at the end of last season, was make it to the Final Four, get to Wisconsin, we're gonna come. And so, you know, winning last weekend was huge, and we were like, all right, we met our goal, and we're not done yet, we're still gonna go after it, but anything else is icing on the cake. And so I think we're just all excited and glad to be here and ready to go and battle for the title. I'm excited. I don't know why you wouldn't be, but.
FD is a good team. We got a chance to see them play earlier. They're very athletic, so we're gonna have to sit down and work. It's not gonna come easy for us to get a win tomorrow. they're not undefeated for no reason. They're a good team, and they're not just going to hand it to us. So yeah, we're really happy to be here, and it's like a Cinderella story that we're here. A lot of people underestimated us, but that's not enough for us. We would really like to bring the trophy back to Walla Walla.
To the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would.
So kind of a slower start, 13-8, you guys went on a 19-7 run. What kind of sparked that? Was it any certain thing, or?
No.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I forget a lot of stuff during the game. They always try and tell me about a player's name, and I always forget it. So I really can't answer that. But
Anybody want to answer
I
that?
would-
Coach?
I would say we had 46 to 26 points in the paint, and for my whole career, I've always been known as the small post, and I've really worked hard on my footwork and just finishing at the rim. And Sarah and I work every day on finishing, and I feel like we really took it to them, even though that they were bigger, and we really finished our shots and rebounded offensively and defensively. So I really feel that sparked our run. So
Yeah, I would agree. We got inside, did a great job on the boards. And there's always that, when we had Whitewater's a team, obviously we don't play, and so there's always that first few minutes where you're trying to figure a few things out about pace and physicality and such. And, and so I think once we settled in a little bit, I thought the boards in the first half were huge. I really do. I think we dominated on the boards, and then in the second, and then we got it inside, and both Megan and Sarah finished, and they also created some extra opportunities for themselves by getting some rebounds, and so I think that really sparked the run was the boards, and then Heather quit missing shots. She did. She had a few. They started to fall, which they always seem to. So.
I think we're also kind of nervous. I mean, it's kind of a big game. But I know I was definitely feeling it. I was a little nervous. I missed my first few shots, and I'm like, hey, come on, Sarah, let's go. Like, the next one's going in, and like Heather said, we're all really good at motivating each other. So once we kind of shook off the initial nerves and just pumped each other up and shots started falling, we gained confidence, and we kind of made adjustments to the game. And I think that's what really propelled our run later on.
Very great.
Anybody else? Coach, ladies, congratulations.
Thank
Best of
you.
luck tomorrow.
Thank
you.
Thank you.